It's time for a little comedy, a little content, and a lot of conversation. It's the Geno Jones Show, exclusively right here on YouTube. And now here's your host, Geno Jones.
Hey, what's happening, everybody? It is showtime. Geno Jones Showtime. So I'm coming to you live Monday through Friday, 6:30 p.m. here on the East Coast. From all the way up to Boston, New York City, Philly, D.C., checking in, down there in VA, Virginia. Shout out to Charlotte. I see you. North Carolina, of course, based here in the North Charleston, South Carolina, part of South Carolina. All the way down to the MIA, ATL, Atlanta, Georgia. Shout out. I see you, Florida, Detroit City. It's 5:30 Central Time. Hello, Chicago, Milwaukee, Memphis, Minneapolis, Houston. Shout out to Dallas, New Orleans, live in Los Angeles, and everybody on the West Coast, 3:30 p.m. Once again, tell everybody to subscribe to the Geno Jones Show YouTube channel. Subscribe, share, screen grab, rip some of the video, like, binge watch all my back episodes. Leave your comments in the comment section. Shout out to Rosalind. Hey, Rosalind, I see you. The show is live and it is interactive. So you can jump in the chat room like my girl Rosalind, who's a regular viewer. My mom will probably be in there. Mary Dixon there. And everybody else watching the show live. Once again, shout out to City Vibes Bar and Lounge, one a big supporter of the Geno Jones Show. They got a big Mother's Day weekend, including a special all-day Mother's Day brunch and celebration. So their Mother's Day brunch starts Sunday at noon. So when you get out of church, you go to church with your mom, go to church with your mom. Y'all can leave there, go to the brunch. Or they got the happy hour on Sunday on Mother's Day starting at 4 p.m. from 4 p.m. until 8 p.m. 9730 Dorchester Road. That's here in the Charleston, South Carolina metro area. 9730 Dorchester Road. Shout out to the Crate Group, one of the top nonprofit America, one of the top nonprofits in America. The CEO, Kendrick Bannister, if you're looking for a nonprofit to support. The Crate Group, C-R-A-T-E, thecrategroup.org. And speaking of supporting a wonderful organization, we got to support Black-owned media. Those who want to support my media company and this show and this channel, you can tell me. My email, Geno Jones Show, that's how you spell it, at Gmail. No the, Geno Jones Show at Gmail. On Zelle, you can contact, you can make a contribution or donation to my media company that way, or you can cash app $Dad G Jones $, capital D, lowercase A-D, capital G, capital J, lowercase O-N-E-S, $Dad G Jones. I got to start off the show. Talking about Smokey Robinson. Smokey, the legendary, iconic, green-eyed monster. It might have a different meaning now. Wow. One of the greatest, absolutely positively, one of the greatest songwriters in the history of music, one of the greatest balladeers, one of the early members of Motown. As a matter of fact, he and Berry Gordy were best buddies. 85 years old. Brother still looks good. Black don't crack. But wow, Black done messed up. If this is true, so there's a lawsuit. Apparently, 4 former women, 4 former housekeepers of Smokey Robinson, they have filed a civil lawsuit. They've accused him of sexual assault and rape. And this, according to the 4 women in the lawsuit, all this behavior, this activity has gone on, started in 2007, according to what's in the lawsuit, all the way to 2024. 4 different housekeepers. Man, Smokey. You are innocent until proven guilty in a court of law of America. But damn, 4. The women just talked about how he would just sexually assault them, would rape them, would not use condoms, and just, you may have seen it already, but this information, the lawsuit is a civil suit, so the court documents are public records. And actually, Smokey and his wife was part of the lawsuit. They are accusing, the 4 former housekeepers are accusing Smokey's wife of basically not doing anything to stop Smokey's behavior, and they claim that she knew what was going on. Look, I talk and tell jokes for a living, and I talk a lot of you know what. I talk whatever you want to call it. But I'm at a loss for words. Like, wow, man, Smokey. You just never know somebody. But, man, come on, Smoke. Yeah, I know. Rosalind said, no. Yeah, Smokey. Come on, really? Look, I get it. I understand that sometimes couples grow apart. They get older. Maybe the sex life, the libido, the sex life, it slows down or it goes away. One partner's libido, sex drive may not be, lower than the other one, but man, come on, Smokey. Man, in your 80s, these young girls were still, even young girls now, they'd be like in their 20s, 30s. They'd be like, so Smokey Robinson, he would get it. But you can't get it that way, Smokey. You just can't be. And then the women in the lawsuit alleged that Smokey took advantage and threatened to have some of these women deported if they didn't basically just kind of give in to his sexual demands and sexual assault and rape. I gotta confess to you all, this is not on my bingo card. I didn't see this coming, and this is tough to handle. I admire Smokey as an artist, but as a man, I've never years. Smokey Robinson is another person that my mom knows of. Smokey Robinson, she traveled in those circles during the era when all those artists were very popular, especially in the 60s. So, and I've never heard, my mother, who I know has met Smokey Robinson, has never spoke of anything like this. But like I said, I guess some people you just never really know sometimes when it comes to some people. So that's sad. I really don't have much else to say. Smokey, look, man, your family, I got love for you, but I can't rock with you, dude, because if you did this, I'm really disappointed. Who am I to disappoint? More important, to take advantage of these women and take advantage of maybe their questionable legal status or no here in America, and just whatever this status was, natural born citizens or, illegal status, it doesn't matter. They're human beings, man. Come on, Smoke. Come on. And this apparently started because I have all the women, we know about, we found out later because Smokey kind of dry snitched on himself, talked about how when he was married to his first, I think, was it Claudette, his first wife, that he had an affair with Diana Ross. Okay, I'm not condoning that, but that was consensual, and I've never heard anything about Smokey Robinson just being a predator, sexual assaulter, and a rapist. That's some strong stuff. I really, really hope it's not true, but if it is, I hope these women get justice. I can love you, Smokey, and despise and absolutely unequivocally not condone and criticize your behavior. And you got to be held accountable. You get 85? And you could be going to jail at 85. Come on, man. You a pretty boy with the light eyes, and you got to fight these dudes. You got to fight. And you going in as a sexual predator, yeah, you got to worry about dude and them now. They're going to try to be sexual predators on you. So we just got to do better. But listen, he's innocent until proven guilty. These are accusations. listen, these 4 women, they could be lying. Listen, anything is possible. All right, the truth is, these women could be making this up. These women could have a different agenda. Could they? Absolutely. But 4 women to basically make the same accusations, if nothing else, is not a good look. And that's why we have courts. And in spite of what Orange Hitler is trying to get away with, when you are accused, you are entitled to due process. That means if 4 women, and this is a civil trial, not a criminal trial, but if you are being accused of whatever it is, you have the legal right, the constitutional right to present your case and to have legal representation to present the evidence to prove that you did not commit the crimes. And you've got the money and the resources to hire the best lawyers. And I hope and pray that the truth is that you didn't do this, but there's still an equal chance that you committed these heinous acts, and if you did, you have to be held accountable. So that's all I got to say on that one. Rosalind and everybody else watching it is disappointed. So let me segue here, and I want to talk about one specific thing, because there's a lot I want to talk about. Some I'm going to save it for tomorrow, but I really want to talk about a story that's been around. It's been in the news. So apparently, in Rochester, Minnesota, there's a 5-year-old black child that was playing, I guess, in a park. And apparently, it turns out this 5-year-old black child is autistic. And according to this mother, this white woman, who had children playing in the same park, that this white woman accused the black child of taking something that belonged to one of her children. And she is on camera calling this 5-year-old child the N-word repeatedly. Then this heifer has the nerve to go on social media and cry racist crocodile tears, and to have racists rally behind her, set up a GoFundMe for this racist ass heifer. And basically, she's got like $750,000 to help her, protect her in case for legal fees, or in case she loses her job. That heifer should lose everything that she owns. First of all, it's a 5-year-old child. But it didn't matter, 5-year-old or 85-year-old man or woman. Be careful. Now, I know you MAGA cult members, y'all just think that, you've been empowered, that you can just walk up to black folks and call them the N-word. Tread lightly, because I don't condone violence on this show, but I am telling you to tread lightly, because just because I don't condone it, don't mean that's not what you will encounter. It does not mean that will not be your consequences. And the consequences of you calling the wrong person the N-word, your consequences could be getting your ass beat, getting your ass whipped severely. And I'm not calling for that. I'm not encouraging it or condoning it. But I am telling you, tell the truth, shame the devil. I am giving you a warning and some wisdom and sage advice. Tread lightly with walking up to folks, and to call a 5-year-old child, autistic child, the N-word is just, it is the height of cowardice and evil. Just evil, an evil bitch, demonic heifer. And the people who have given her money, you are equally as racist and hate-filled and vile and disgusting and demonic. You got the same evil demonic spirit that this heifer has, that you would give money like you were paying a bounty to try to harass, to harass and intimidate a 5-year-old child, autistic child on top of it. Listen, I don't know if it would do any good, but to the family, I'd file a civil lawsuit I'd file. I don't know, and criminally, I'm not a lawyer. I don't know the law in Minnesota. I would file. Look, I would press charges, child abuse charges. That kind of language, harming a child, an autistic child. I absolutely would have filed criminal charges for at least child abuse, and I would definitely be filing a civil lawsuit against this heifer. And the company that employs this woman, as I just step off screen for a second, the company that employs this woman, or if she has a business and she has customers, if you have any decency, if you have any compassion or humanity and empathy, you would never shop in her place of business or store again. Shout out to my mother, my #1 fan. Hello, Mother, how are you? If this woman in Minnesota, Rochester, Minnesota, who called this 5-year-old autistic black child the N-word over and over multiple times, if she works for your company and you keep her on as an employee, that is a reflection. You are making a statement that you are as racist and evil and vile as her because she works for your company. So that is a reflection on you and your values. And if you would tolerate having an employee that would stoop that low to call a 5-year-old baby the N-word, even if the child took the toy, do you think the child had sinister, evil intent? The child was 5 years old. And on top of it, it's an autistic child with your evil, demonic ass. And any company that would employ her, you are just as racist. That means you have the same bigoted, racist, evil, demonic spirit somewhere inside of that company, or some people in there who are in a position to say, no, we don't tolerate this. This behavior, this energy, this spirit, this mean, evil, nasty, racist spirit does not reflect the spirit of the company or the people who run the company in terms of CEOs, managers, or owners. More important, the people that own the company. Absolutely. Now, fortunately, there was another fund set up online for this child. I don't have the child's name, but you can find the story. I know you've seen it all on social media. That family has raised $350,000. But the racism, the racist act, the racist heifer, white woman has raised $750,000. What does that say? What does that say about America? Now, yes, same breath, enough people with humanity and compassion and empathy and decency have donated, given the family of the autistic 5-year-old black child $350,000. But the fact, George Zimmerman raised $1 million. GoFundMe set up, he got $1 million, at least, I think $1 million. At least $1 million, if not $2 million, after killing Trayvon Martin. Derek Chauvin, before he was locked up, the former police officer that killed George Floyd, raised over $1 million. So this level of racism and hate, and people are willing to put a bounty. Daniel Perry, the guy that got away with killing the homeless black kid on the subway in New York City, his ass was invited to the White House by the racist in chief. He got over $1 million, at least his GoFundMe page. And the fact that companies like GoFundMe, that you would allow, knowing that that money is going toward a hateful, evil act, and you would allow that account, says a lot about you too. So blank all of you all any company that will condone this kind of bigotry and racism and hatred, blank all of you. In Black America, and white America, and other Americans, Hispanic Americans, Afro-Latino, uh, white identifying Latino, Asian Americans, Native Americans, they have a sense of compassion and empathy and decency and humanity. Need to say no. You need to speak out. You need to speak with your dollars. Because we're not doing this. We're not putting up with this. And I'm not going to put up with it. And finally, before I go, and I'm glad I thought about it. So let me go back, because my mother said, I missed your beginning. Mother, I was talking about Smokey Robinson. Well, it's a civil trial, not a criminal trial. He was accused in a civil trial. He has been sued for apparently sexual assault and the rape of 4 of his former housekeepers. This is over the course from 2007 to 2024, and just really sad about that. And I mentioned the fact that Mother, I'm pretty confident, you can correct me real quick in my chat room, you have met Smokey Robinson. Because like I've told my viewers, that you come from a generation where you traveled in those circles, you got a chance to either meet personally or know of very well, knowing people and being around people who were not just around the entertainers that performed with people like Marvin Gaye and Smokey Robinson and others. And I've never heard you mention anything about Smokey Robinson that would lead you to believe that he would, be somebody that would be a sexual predator, that would be capable of sexually assaulting or raping women, period. But that's in the civil lawsuit. So, but before I get out of here, I want to send a big shout out. Here in the Charleston, South Carolina metro area, we have a brother named Raphael James. He is a reporter. He's an anchor. He's been one of the top anchormen. He's one of the top news anchors in America. But he has been a news anchor here since I've been here, 20 years. So I think he was on the air as a news anchor even before I got here. So Raphael James on the CBS affiliate here in the Charleston, South Carolina metro, Live 5 News. You can Google Live 5 News in Charleston, South Carolina. You can find it on Facebook. Raphael James. So he went to an event. A Congresswoman, Nancy Mace. She is a Congresswoman for a district part of the Charleston, South Carolina metro area. There's a suburban area, suburban Charleston called Mount Pleasant, where I used to live. So her district encompasses the city of Charleston, the town of Mount Pleasant. I think that's the main part of her district. She is just a MAGA cult member, a MAGA fool, a liar, crying foul, and she's a hypocrite because she's told a story about that she was a victim of sexual assault and rape, but she doesn't show compassion to other victims of sexual assault, and but the fact that she is just wacky ass, low IQ liar, as my grandmother said, the kind that will stick to the lie. So she has basically been hiding from her constituents, the people, the actual people that live in her district, and they have been demanding that she gives a town hall because they want to know, all right, all these services that have been affected, veterans have lost their jobs, their benefits, threats to Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid. Have a significant population here of military veterans, active military, several bases. We've got an Air Force base. There's only a couple miles, from where I am right now. Not that far. I don't know what, 4 or 5 miles, maybe 3, something like that. We got Air Force base. We have a military brig, prison, We got a huge military installation. Columbia is about an hour and a half, hour 20 minutes from where I am right now. We got in Beaufort, which is about a 45, 50-minute drive. You've got a Marine station there. So you have a lot of military bases here in the state of South Carolina. And the way this administration, the MAGA cult administration, with all the racism and sexism and misogyny, and just not giving a shit about poor and working class people of all backgrounds, including a lot of these, all these poor, working class, middle class, red hat wearing, flag flying MAGA cult members. He don't give a shit about you, and Nancy Mace don't give a shit about you, and she's showing you. And Raphael James basically went to an event. It was at a steel plant here, but you couldn't walk in off the street and get into this plant. As a matter of fact, you've got to go through a pretty intense security background check or security check to go in to the steel plant if you're not an employee. So she was at this event at the steel plant where basically it was the only people there, they were the employees, people that work there, and I guess those in management. So just any constituent, any person who didn't work at this Nucor steel plant couldn't just come to this town hall. And Raphael James asked her in a very professional, polite, patient way, when was she going to have open town halls? Because what she has not done is had open town halls where the town hall meetings would be open to anybody in the public. Any of her constituents could just come in, not have to go through a lot of red tape. Just if you lived in her district, have an open town hall, Nancy Mace, where the people who you claim to represent, that live in your district, who have questions about this current racist MAGA madness of an administration, they want to question you. And why are you not fighting for them? So anyway, Nancy Mace, she turned to Raphael, and basically she tried to trigger him. She tried to bait him. She tried to belittle him. She tried to she called him fake news. And she kept saying, you're fake news, you're a Democrat, you are liberal. And he said, no, I'm a journalist. And she kept calling him, you are fake news. He said in a very polite way, are you a fake politician? I am not fake news. I am a journalist. My name is Raphael James. I am a journalist, and my company and myself, we do not put out fake news. Are you a fake politician? Drop the mic. The video is on Facebook. It may be on YouTube now. He's also on Instagram, Raphael James. Google or ChatGPT, whatever search engine you use, Raphael James, Live 5 News, Charleston, talks to Nancy Mace with her nutty ass. Yeah, I guess you could throw that in the Google search or the ChatGPT search. Nancy Mace, Congresswoman Nancy Mace with her goofy ass, with her lying ass. It was a master class in journalism and how journalism should be conducted. It was a master class in journalism. It was a master class in professionalism, and it was a master class in poise. So shout out to Raphael James. You all got to go see that video for yourself. It was, I'm just reading the comment on it. My mother's not happy about, let's just put it this way. My mom is not happy about hearing about the news of Smokey. Mother, you, for the record, I'm pretty confident. You have met Smokey Robinson before, haven't you? just if you can, type that answer in my chat room for me. Shout out to Rosalind. If you haven't been in there, yeah, your mother. Have you met Smokey Robinson? I'm pretty confident. I think you may have mentioned to me in the past that you met Smokey Robinson. So if you, yes or no, just type that in the chat room for me, mother. But anyway, let me go back to Raphael James. Shout out to Raphael James. If you want to, if there are any journalism students out there, as a matter of fact, a lot of you fake journalists, as a matter of fact, the real fake news and the Russian MAGA propaganda channels, Fox News, what I call fake news. I call it MAGA State TV and MAGA Light. So you got MAGA Light, which was at Newsmax with Chris Cuomo and Bill O'Reilly and Stephen A. Smith. And then you got MAGA Light, which is CNN. Let's see, yes, years ago. Okay, yes, my mother said, yes, I knew you had met him. She said, yes, I met Smokey Robinson years ago. I knew his first wife. Claudette, I think that's his first wife's name, right, Mother Claudette? You knew Claudette also. So my mother met Smokey Robinson. She's not happy about hearing about this Smokey Robinson news. I'll just put it that way. If you want to read her comments, you can jump in my chat room and you get to see for yourself. So big shout out to Claudette. Yes, thank you, Claudette. So I encourage everybody to watch, and I encourage a lot of these reporters, if you want to know how you deal with a MAGA cult member, from the ringleader, the top MAGA cult leader himself, Orange Hitler, how a masterclass. Kristen Welker, I'll give her a shout out. She did a good job. They showed this sit down interview she did with Orange Hitler. She did a good job. But if you really want to see how you really do it and not let these people try to run over you, because you treat people, you teach people that we all teach people how to treat us by what we let them get away with. Yes, you teach people how to treat you or mistreat you with how much you let them get away with or not let them get away with. And it was a master class, and you can do it. You can be the ultimate professional. You can be the ultimate, have the ultimate level of poise and professionalism, and still not tolerate the bullshit and push back. See, like, right. We're not doing that. I am not fake news. I am a credible journalist, award-winning journalist, and he didn't even throw in his stats. He could have. He just said, I'm a journalist. I am not fake news. Are you a fake politician? So drop the mic to Raphael James and go find that video here on YouTube, or like I said, TikTok, on Facebook. It's even on Twitter. Raphael James, Live 5 News, conversation interview with Nancy Mace at the Nucor Steel plant. Just do that Google search. Check out the Claudette was Smokey's first wife. Thank you, yes. So find that video's out here, you all. You can find it. So big shout out. I told my man I was going to give him a shout out. Big shout out to Raphael James. All right, listen, thank you for letting me be a part of your life. As always, God bless each and every one of you, and especially you, God, most of all. Thank you for letting me do the Geno Jones Show live Monday through Friday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern, 5:30 Central Time, 3:30 p.m. live in Los Angeles. Today brought to you by City Vibes Bar and Lounge, the big Mother's Day weekend, 9730 Dorchester Road here in the North Charleston, South Carolina metro area. Shout out to Corey and Kenya Williams. Give them a shout out. Tell them, hey, listen, Geno was talking about you guys are one of the sponsors of his show, and that you guys are having this big Mother's Day weekend, which will end the culmination or the highlight of the Mother's Day weekend is their big Mother's Day brunch. So the brunch is from noon until 4, and then they have a Mother's Day happy hour Sunday right after the brunch from 4 until 8 p.m., 9730 Dorchester Road. You can find City Vibes on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. And big shout out to the Crate Group and Brother Al Bannister, the CEO, one of the top nonprofits in America. Once again, I'm requesting, please spread the word, tell everybody to continue. More new subscribers. I'm only about 100, less than 160. I think about 100 and, 150 something new subscribers away from becoming a YouTube partner. That means my media company will get a monthly check from YouTube, get that YouTube bag. So once again, I can't stress enough how important it is to support all Black-owned media, including my company, this platform, this show, my voice, so we can continue to speak truth to power, but also have fun and entertaining, enlightening, inspiring, empowering, and educating at the same time. So we can do all that. So you can Zelle if you would like to make a financial contribution, financial support the show in any way. Love offering, you want to be an angel investor, bless a brother, or bless a brother's business. We can do that. You can Zelle contribution, financial contribution, send it to my Zelle via my email, Geno Jones Show. That's how you spell Geno Jones Show. You don't need the. Geno Jones Show. That's at Zelle. Type in my email address. Once you go to Zelle and search, you got Geno Jones, and they say search by email. Search it by email. You can search it by phone number, but search by my email. And you can Cash App me also. Cash App $ Dad G Jones. That's all one word. $ capital D, lowercase a-d, capital G, capital J, lowercase O-N-E-S, $ Dad G Jones. So, hey, if you can, make that contribution right now, after the show, first thing in the morning, when some more money hits your bank account. Don't forget, brother, I appreciate your support in advance, and I want to thank all those that have supported the show, including shout out to CM Transportation and Carissa Carter and her team over there, and Kristen Wright, Matthews, and everybody. Thank you, Rosalind. Thank you, Rosalind. Thank you, everybody that's watching me live. Everybody in the chat room, of course, my number one fan, my executive producer, Mary Dixon. So thank you all. Thank you for watching. I'm just reading, some of my mom's comments. She ain't happy about Smokey. Smokey was her dude. Smokey was a dude. All right, I love you. I absolutely, positively, unconditionally love each and every one of you. I'll see you live Thursday, 6:30 p.m. Spread the word. If you missed any of the show, go back and watch it from the beginning. Binge watch all my back episodes. Please don't forget, everybody watching me right now, leave your comments in the comment section below, and make sure that you give me the thumbs up. Please, all that's important. YouTube, they look at all that. So give me a like the show, and leave your comments in the comment section right below where you're watching the show, and it says comments. Please be sure to put your comments in the comment section. And when you're watching me live, join the conversation and give me your comments or questions or whatever you got on your mind in my live chat room. Thank you, everybody. We'll see you live Thursday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time.
Subscribe and tune in to the next episode of The Geno Jones Show, exclusively right here on YouTube.